Bowl. Alex Donno's on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. He hosts the Locked On Canes podcast, hosts our post-game coverage on 104.3 FM WQAM. He is a Hurricane through and through. So, Donno, can you put into words what a trip to the College Football National Championship means to this program and Mario Cristobal after the season we watched?
Nobody loves this program more than Mario Cristobal. And I think about, when I had a chance to interview him at the ACC Media Days last July, and he knows how obsessed I am with Miami. I remember him telling me after the interview off camera, he looks me in the eyes. He's like, I'm going to bring this thing back to where it needs to be. I promise you, I'm going to bring this thing back. And I didn't think we would get this far this year. I mean, obviously now you get to the championship game, you better win the whole thing. But even to be at this point, Hawk, for a team that I thought was pretty good and pretty competitive preseason, but I was thinking, okay, this is the year where you try to get into the playoff for the first time. Maybe you can win a playoff game, kind of show that you're on the way back. I didn't imagine that Miami would get into the CFP and then go through the gauntlet they've had to go through. You talk about battle-tested. You have to go on the road to Texas A&M to beat them in their stadium. Then you have to knock off the defending champs. And then you have to beat, I guess Ole Miss is not the team we expected, but they beat Georgia, and they were the last team standing in the SEC. You had to go out and beat one of the most dynamic offenses in the country, and now we await the winner of Indiana, Oregon, and you get to play in your home stadium. So, I mean, never in my wildest dreams did I imagine this could actually happen this year.
Donno, in that fourth quarter, 4 lead changes in the fourth quarter, one of the best football games I've watched in a long time, and what was on the line, it was a great game. I've watched the Canes all year, and I was so confident in their defense stepping up. When the defense was on the field, I thought, oh, they get the ball back. It was the offense I was kind of worried about getting in the end zone. It swung for me last night. When were you most nervous, when Carson Beck was out there or when Chambliss was out there?
It's funny, you talk about, because you didn't really have a horse in the race, although I saw you throw up the U a few minutes ago. But
he did.
It may have been exciting for you. I was breathing into a paper bag during the fourth quarter. I was full panic mode. But, and usually, Crowder, the way you said it is right. Normally, Miami's defense is in that situation needing a stop. They're probably going to get an interception. They're going to get 2 sacks. But Miami's defense, by that point last night, they were beat up. And, it was a combination of things. Ole Miss found some offensive rhythm late in the game, but Miami had players dropping like flies to injuries, hopefully nothing too serious. Xavier Lucas gets ejected from the game for, I thought, a bogus targeting call. And then you're down 2 starting corners because O.J. Frederic had already left the game banged up. So it's your defense was sort of duct taped together at that point. So I guess the way that final Ole Miss drive, well, second to final, they had that 18-second, opportunity at the end, but their final full drive, I guess, kind of went the way it should have gone with Miami's defense being so banged up. And then, you put the ball in Carson Beck's hands. I was so nervous, Crowder, because I had faith that I thought they could at least get down the field far enough for a field goal. But then, Carter Davis has had his ups and downs this postseason. I would have been extremely nervous with him stepping up for a game-tying kick. And then even if you hit the game-tying kick, you're back in overtime in the Fiesta Bowl, which is the last place you want to be after what happened 23 years ago. So, and I think we should now have more faith in Carson Beck because he's done this multiple times this year, leading clutch game-winning drives, and he's got an exceptional record against top 25 teams. I thought what Carson Beck was able to do last night, leading that drive and then ultimately scoring the touchdown with his legs, I thought that was a career or legacy-defining drive for him. That's something you're going to remember about his time in college probably for the rest of his life. Do you remember what he did in that national semifinal, leading the 15-play, 75-yard drive, and the quarterback in that game you would least expect to run in a touchdown is the guy who did that with his legs?
Donno, maybe this is, an obvious yes for you, but was that the most emotional you've been watching the Miami Hurricanes since the 2003 Fiesta Bowl?
We call them the cardiac Canes for a reason. I think the answer is yes, because the stakes haven't been this high since that last Fiesta Bowl. But Man, I've been on some roller coasters these last couple of years, right? And again, nothing with the stakes this high. So the answer is definitely yes. But, the end of the Notre Dame game and some of Miami's other wins this year, and even the losses, like the end of that Louisville game and the SMU game in overtime was crazy. So, this team has not done anything good for my cardiac health, that's for sure. But, yeah, I mean, I would say that with a spot in the national championship game on the line and you come down to a must-score drive, yeah, that was the peak for us for a long time.
Correct me if I'm wrong. When you were talking about playing in the national championship game, you said you have to win now. So you wouldn't be satisfied. You're not satisfied just getting there after the season they had.
I mean, after a couple days, like if Miami were to lose on January 19th, I think I'd be pretty upset for a couple days. And then at a certain point, I could probably zoom out and reflect on, an incredible season and, kind of appreciate it for what it is. But I don't think anybody in Miami's facility has the attitude of playing with house money. I think that at this point,
Mario doesn't. That dude was tightly wound after that game.
No.
Yeah, they're trying to give him. Kevin Beard tries to give him a hug on the sideline. He wasn't having none of that.
That was crazy. I didn't know that was Kevin Beard. That was crazy. His reaction.
He's a maniac. But no, I mean, I think at this point, Hawk, every time you get farther and farther in this playoff, I think the bar gets raised. The expectation is to go out there and win. So, I mean, I could appreciate a great run, but I'm not going to be happy if they don't win that game.
I'm with Mario. I'm not a big fan of the from the back bear hugs.
Well, especially when there's time still on the clock, right? Which was Mario's point, I think. Like, hey, let's not be caught celebrating this victory when we're not victorious yet.
Because there was 18 seconds left, and he knows what could happen in 18 seconds, which almost damn did. But to Mario, though, the whole we're back, and I've been out here long enough, and Brad Kaya has a couple good games, and now we're back. You're literally back in the national championship. Is the Canes back now? To your point, and knock on wood, even if they don't win.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still hesitant to use the B word until they get their 6th national championship.
Say it, Donno. Come on, say it, Donno. Come on.
All right, you know what?
It's good. Just say it.
Canes are back, baby. We're back.
We're back. Canes are back. Donno said it. It's not true till Donno says it. It's actually not true till John Michael says it. Let's be honest.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Canes are back.
Man, it does feel like Mario last night from the sideline to the trophy presentation. He is laser focused, right? One game at a time. We're not celebrating anything, right? He is. I mean, that's the way that he's made up.
I'm sure, I don't know if this was the origin of it, because he's worked for some maniacs over the years. I mean, Greg Schiano, Nick Saban, like, doesn't it reminds you a little bit of Saban.
Totally of Nick Saban. You're right. I forgot he's from the Saban.
Yeah,
tree.
like you remember, like when Nick Saban would win a national championship, he's like, but we missed that block in the second quarter. Like we gotta go back and run some sprints after we just won the title. Like that's just, I don't know. It's kind of how some of these guys are wired, and that's the way Mario is.
But, man, to be there. Do you have tickets, Donno? Donno, the tickets are like $3,500 for nosebleeds. Someone just put on the chat that the 72 Club is $28,000 plus. Are you going to be going to the game?
I'm going to be going to the game, but I'm expecting to go as a working member.
As a media member?
Yeah. I mean, hopefully, I mean, my season credential doesn't carry over to this, so I'm hoping my credential request gets approved and I get in there. If not, I don't know why they would deny me, but if they do, you go to Plan B.
Well, if you ended up getting a ticket or two, but you've got your media credential and you're fine with that, where would I fall on the list of people that you call and say, hey, Hawk, I got a ticket, you want it?
You'd be like top 30, I think.
Top 30.
You'd be in the group somewhere.
Am I
actually?
You know what? Behind?
You know what? I don't know that many people actually. You'd be like top 15.
All right.
I don't know.
I feel like I've already climbed half the list that I was worried about.
Once I actually go through my Rolodex of like people I'd go to a game, you'd probably climb into like the top 5 by the time I'm actually done combing my list.
Me and Manny. I told Manny I would take him to the game. So if you could get 2.
All right. Or I'll go was it the touchdown club for we'll $75K or so for 3 tickets. We'll make it happen.
Let's rock and roll. Jimmy, you have any contacts for tickets?
Unfortunately, I do not.
No. You know?
He used to work security, though. Jimmy did. Do you still have
Oh.
a couple of those T-shirts? Those yellow
Yeah, do you have the
T-shirts?
outfit?
Ooh.
No, because the company I used to work for is not contracted by the stadium. So,
Because I can't imagine why after they sent you there as head of security.
Yeah.
I know,
Top
right?
flight.
I mean, if that company was still working, we could all sneak in. We'd like tunnel under the stadium.
Call Jimmy. Things are going downhill.
If that company was still in charge of security, there'd be 800,000 people at the game on the 19th. All right. Alex Donno, follow Locked On Canes podcast. Follow Donno on social media. We'll talk to you next week leading up to the game as well.
Can't wait. Thank you.